Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic Live. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. Excited to be with you. Excited to share the news with you. And folks, this is, I know bombshell can be an overused term today. This is a bombshell. This is no smoke, an absolute bombshell. We're going to walk through this. This is dealing with the Jeffrey Epstein situation. And I've long questioned what Trump is up to on this, because I know that Trump is not, an Epstein client and all that, like the media tries to make him out to be. And did he just allow this to go on to bring this much spotlight to it so that when this kind of information dropped, everybody's eyes were on it? I don't know. But folks, this is some wild stuff. This is absolutely incredible. So do me a favor. Number one, smash that like button. Number two, chat in with where you're from. And number three, share this stream. Because when I show you this email that implicates Obama, you're going to be just, these are the kinds of things that you believe are going on. And then when you see the legitimate proof of it, you're like, whoa, this is nuts. Again, go check out my sponsor, MyPillow, mypillow.com/lumberjack, or call 1-800-568-2865. Folks, the Made in America sale, this is the last hurrah. That's going to change on Monday. So if you want to get these deals, go get them now. Blowout sale on the standard pillows, $14.98. The offers are changing up come Monday. So if you have any interest in these, go check them out. The coffee at 50% off, gummies, $16.99. The Rev 7, the Giza sheets as low as $29.98, and free shipping on your entire order. That's a big deal there in and of itself. All right, so let's go to this. I'm going to take you back in time first. I want you to watch this. A lot of you guys have seen this, okay? But ABC refused to air a 2015 interview with Epstein victim Virginia Roberts to protect the Clintons. You guys remember this? Clinton is implicated in this too. Wait till you see this email. I tried for 3 years to get it on to no avail. Now the media is running 24/7 Epstein coverage because they think it will hurt Trump. You can't despise the fake news enough. So again, I asked the question, and I'm curious. I want to see you in the chat. What? Oh, did I do shocking? Did I do something wrong here? Okay, hold on. Shocking emails. You are so right. I'm going to fix that, folks. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, wait. Let's go back here. All right, I'm going to change this for you. I'm changing it. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's terrible. I got shocking emails. We're going to change this. I'm going to go prove. Look at that. Then my P didn't go in either. Prove Obama's guilt. Save it. There we go. Thank you all for helping me fix my title. You're the best. All right. So fixed it right there for you. See that? There. I respond immediately. All right. Here we go. Watch this. This is back in 2015. Now, I'm going to take you now to a George Stephanopoulos piece too, but watch this first.
Everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal.
Okay, that's that old Project Veritas video. Okay, now, folks, I want you to see what's being said today. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the email here in just a second, but now I want you to watch this because Thomas Massie is running around with George Stephanopoulos on ABC. By the way, ABC, again, was the same network we're talking about here. Okay, this is ABC. This is Amy Robach, ABC news anchor. Here's ABC, George Stephanopoulos interviewing Thomas Massie just the other day.
Begin with you and get your response to Speaker Johnson right there. He says you've been misled. He also suggested at one point this week, seemed to suggest that President Trump was an informant to the FBI about Jeffrey Epstein. Your reaction?
Well, they haven't been misled. And the speaker's point that the victim's safety is compromised or privacy is false, because when we asked the survivors at our event, did they support the legislation that Ro Khanna and I have introduced, they all said yes. Now, I don't know if the speaker...
Okay, so now just remember, this is Massie working with Ro Khanna out of California, a liberal, far-left Democrat.
...misspoke when he said that Donald Trump was an informant. The lawyers for the victim said that Donald Trump had been helpful in 2009 in their case by giving them information. But being an informant implies some formal connection and ongoing relationship with the FBI. I don't know what that's all about. I think the speaker needs to clarify that. And if it's a hoax, why was Donald Trump an informant to a hoax?
Congressman.
All right. So you guys all know about Donald Trump turning over information on Jeffrey Epstein, right? This happened, and then Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. On and on it goes. Okay, and you're like, wait, this is about to get nuts, folks. All right, I'm going to pull in these emails. Okay, look at this. So here it is, a declassified email. So this stuff is just coming out now from Jeffrey Epstein of Bill Gates, the Clintons, Woody Allen, Theo Gordon Brown, Bill Burns, the Sultan of Dubai, Stephen Coslin from Harvard, and others. The visits were being planned by Kathy Rumler, former White House counsel to President Barack Obama. She repeatedly refers to Obama, the boss, in the email, which shows he was overseeing these sexual blackmailing operations. Okay, just like Joe Biden was the big guy, Obama's the boss. Okay, so I want you to look here. So if you look down here on September 19th, 2014, at 1:21, Jeffrey E. said, you need to talk to the boss. On Friday, Kathy Rumler said, agreed, but I need to be prepared to say yes before I talk to him. Jeffrey E. replies, understood. It comes down to high risk reward, low risk reward, professional, emotional, and financial. Kathy Rumler said most girls do not have to worry about this crap. On September 19th, Jeffrey E. wrote, girls, careful, I will renew an old habit. This week, Theo Summers, Bill Burns, Gordon Brown, Jaglin, Council of Europe and Noble Chairman, Mongolia President, Hardeep Puri, India, Boris Gates, Jabor, Qatar, Sultan, Dubai, Coslin, Harvard, Leon Black, Woody, you are a welcome guest at any. Also, if you think there are interesting people in town, everyone here for Climate Summit, Clinton Security Council. Holy crap, I'm on blank for next 30 minutes. That's blacked out. So doesn't look like you are prioritizing your schedule very effectively, Kathy responds to him. How are you going to manage all of that? This is Unga week, so the boss will be in town too. I'll be here all week. You may get sick of me. Just sat down on the train, so can't talk freely. From 9/19 of 2014. Now, it's interesting because I love the replies on this too. I want you to look at this. Okay, Clip Keeper, another great account, great follow on X. Jeffrey Epstein held a dinner party with guest Katie Couric, George Stephanopoulos. Again, George Stephanopoulos is the guy who was just interviewing Massie. ABC had the information before just to keep this story rolling right. Jeffrey Epstein held a dinner party with Couric, Stephanopoulos, Chelsea Handler, Charlie Rose, and Woody Allen in honor of Prince Andrew. Couric said, I didn't know anything about him at that time. This was 18 months after he was released from prison in 2010. How could she not know anything about him? Do any of you believe that Katie Couric didn't know anything about Epstein at that time?
Katie, Emily S. wants to know the strangest part of going to a dinner party at Jeffrey Epstein's house with Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a long story that's in my book. Yeah. I was invited to go to this dinner at Jeffrey Epstein's house, and George Stephanopoulos was going to be there. And it was right before Kate and William got married. And I thought, oh, I better go because it was in honor of Prince Andrew. And I thought, I better schmooze Prince Andrew. If George is, I need to get in there.
Right.
And I didn't know anything about Jeff.
Didn't know anything about him. Does anybody believe this? Does anybody believe this? Anybody in my audience, does anybody believe she didn't know who he was?
Jeffrey Epstein at the time, and it was super weird. What can I say? And the person I was with said, "Did you notice how young the girls were who were taking the coats?" And I said, "I really didn't." But of course, later we found out everything about him. But yeah, I was invited to it, and I should have done a little more research. But a lot of this.
Okay, this is the media. Folks, she should have done a little more research. She didn't notice the age of the girls taking the coats. This is really an intelligent, I mean, a in the know reporter right here.
Stuff about him hadn't come out yet.
Katie, Emily S. wants to know the strangest part of going to a dinner party at Jeffrey Epstein's house with Chelsea Handler.
There, I gotta stop it. Okay. She didn't know anything about him. Should have done more research. Okay, God. Just wait. I think Katie Couric, I think I pulled a video. I got it on my phone. I think this was just the other day. It is. This is it. Wait. I'm going to send this over right now. This may come in sideways. I don't know. When I do screen records, sometimes they get really screwy on my phone. But I'm going to try and share this with you. This is Katie Couric just the other day. So if you guys just jumped on, we just covered the email. You can go back and look at that. Okay. This is one. Let me do it like this. 1, 2. Okay. Oh, 1, 2 is already taken. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to get this for you. A1, 2. There we go. I got to just name it something so I can find it. My downloads for you. Video file. It's going to turn this thing sideways. I just know it because I don't know why it does that, but it does. And we're just going to roll with it.
That
it didn't do it. I am so amazed right now. All right. So this is great. So now this is the same Katie Couric talking to John Fetterman. Watch how she does this. She is so, Katie Couric is something else.
You think that flags should have been flown at half staff? Do you think his body should have been flown on Air Force 2? Do you think he should have posthumously be given the Presidential Medal of Freedom? I think some people felt.
She's talking about Charlie Kirk. She's questioning John Fetterman about Charlie Kirk.
That was perhaps over the top in terms of mourning someone like Charlie Kirk. How did you feel about that?
I'd say that was his choice and his prerogative, and that was really entirely up to him.
Did you have any issues now in hindsight over some of the things that Charlie Kirk said and some of the rhetoric he used during his life?
This is just crazy. The rhetoric of Charlie Kirk. You mean how he actually engaged with opposition and talked to them in open debate? This is sick.
I didn't agree with much of it. I didn't closely follow his specific kinds of views, but I did.
I'm sure you learned about them after his death, though.
No.
She's so condescending. I mean, like she assumes that John Fetterman is in the media and constantly following Charlie Kirk. First off, that's ridiculous.
I haven't done a deep dive on it. We've all seen that terrible video. Perhaps if you've seen the actual video, I have. And it's like appalling. And that's part of the political violence. And from what I'm saying, it's like that's unacceptable. And engaging in a debate and views I strongly disagree on, that's part of the American democracy. And for me, it's that would never justify what's happened. And I just chose not to take the opportunity to argue his views after children lost his father in the most violent public way. I mean, so I would say the equivalent on the left might be, say, Mr. Piker. I strongly disagree with his views, but I'm appalled if something like that happened to him. Oh my God. I mean, that's, we have to disagree in better ways where, you're going to solve it by shooting people And that's why the kinds of rhetoric, we have to turn the temperature down. Extreme rhetoric makes it easier for extreme reactions or to justify them.
I think some people might say Charlie Kirk's rhetoric was extreme. You know, I think that's the conversation that happened.
This is your media, folks.
People condemned political violence, but they also felt a great deal of discomfort with his language, suggesting that these kinds of words lead to violence. I don't know. I'm just kind of sharing my observations as I saw the conversations unfold.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we agree that we probably didn't agree with much of what he said. And I think I'm sure we both agree that you shouldn't shoot people, you know, and you shouldn't execute them in public. And I think that's two things must be true. That free speech, I'm an absolute free speech guy, and you have the right to say these things, and you definitely also have the right not to get shot by sharing your views.
That's just the bridge too far for Katie, that you have the right not to get shot for sharing your views. This woman is just, there's something very vile about her. Okay. Again, if you just jumped on the show, we've already gone over the email for Barack Obama, but I'm going to now share something else. This is Michael Cohen, who has been proven to be a liar. You guys know, I mean, Michael Cohen, proven to be a liar, and here he is. This is just the other day on CNN.
I am curious as to what you think President Trump's endgame is in ordering this investigation. I mean, is it a investigation? I mean, is it a distraction? Is it a deflection? Is it? I am curious as to. I am curious.
Is it doing that?
What is it?
Let me say this: that both Trump and Pam Bondi, they're out there bragging that they've got some, this new special prosecutor who's ready to go after Democrats whose names appeared in several Epstein emails. Meanwhile, while the MAGA base is eating it up like it's just.
Are you kidding me? Like, oh, we're eating it up. I mean, folks, let me just, I can't with this. Just as Michael Cohen talks, I've got to do something here quick, which is bring you back to the crux of these emails. And I'm going, okay, wait. So you're telling me that what an ineffective argument. Now, I'm wondering what Trump was up to. I'm really curious what his plan was with all of this. I mean, there it is. Kathy Brumler. Okay, there she is. Talking about the boss, that's Obama. Talking with Epstein about the girls. And then we're dealing with Gates and the Sultan of Dubai and Woody and I mean Thiel, Summers, Bill Burns, Gordon Brown. I mean, this is nuts. Okay, so why was it that Trump played this the way he did? And I'm just trying to figure it out, because now all these emails are being dropped by the DOJ implicating Democrats at very high levels. Was Trump then trying to basically pull his own operation to get them to do certain things because he held the... I just don't know what's going on here anymore. I'm curious. I mean, it's wild to me. Back to this. Why isn't he? He's not working. Cohen's not playing. Hold on. It's at 45 seconds. The Michael Cohen video quit playing. They don't like what I'm sharing with you. Seriously, it won't play. It's nuts. Okay, hold on. We're going to go back to this. I'm going to pull up something else since Cohen won't play. Okay, because here's... Okay, this is Trump on True Social. Now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their disastrous shutdown, and all their other failures, I will be asking AG Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Epstein's involvement in relationship with Clinton, Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan, Chase, and other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam, with all arrows pointing to the Democrats. Records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned. This is very interesting. I wonder where all this goes. I wonder where all this goes. I mean, we have Obama implicated clearly in this email, and we'll see where it all goes, folks. I'll see you on the next episode. Remember, go check out my sponsor, MyPillow, mypillow.com/lumberjack for big savings on the best sleep products available, folks. The Made in America sale ends on Monday. We're going to get new sales up at that point. Free shipping on your entire order. Go check it out. mypillow.com/lumberjack, or call the 800 number at 1-800-568-2865. We'll see you on the next episode, folks. Peace out.